Appearance on Dion's Daily Dose does not imply endorsement from or by any candidate or guest. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Dion Bergeron or Dion's Daily Dose are his own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of any guest. Material and information presented is for general information purposes only. The Dion's Daily Dose name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owners, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service. If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of Dion's Daily Dose. So, let's start off by saying there was an incident today where a post was made on a Facebook page that I just joined today. Michigan City, Indiana Facebook page. I joined it, and very shortly after joining it, a reply was made to a post. I was actually out buying signs so that I could get some yard signs out. But I got the notification on my phone that someone had replied to a comment that I had. I was like, okay, cool. So I go and check it, and I read it, and I'm like, what is this? I didn't even post this. So I took a screenshot of it. I sent it around to the people that might have done it. I didn't think they would, but people that were in my a team, right? And the people that should have had access to the account, I'm like, did you post this? Just checking, because don't if this was you. And they're like, no. I called the wife, and I'm like, did you post this? And she's like, no. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So I was talking with one of my team, and they're like, yeah, you should probably do some upgrades, change your password. Yes. But I had been having issues for a little while about various accounts that I had, and how when you set up two-step verification, hi Tim, thanks for joining. Like on Twitter, for example, right? So how when you have that set up, you'll get a notification, here's your login code. That had been happening for the last week or so. And I was like, is this you trying to log in to the person that I thought it would be? They're like, no. So I changed my password on my Twitter. The interesting thing is I had sent it via text message to the person so that they could have access to it. And very shortly after that, I got the two-step verification for it. And I'm like, is my phone hacked? Did it get did I download a virus or something? So I didn't think, I wasn't sure. Anyway, so I ended up going to, I shop at AT&T. As much as I hate to, that's who I use for my phone service, just because it's been that way for so long. Once they merged with Time Warner, they became an even bigger evil corporation. If someone knows of a real good cell provider that isn't an evil corporation, let me know. Anyway, so I went there and I was like, okay, so here's my situation. I explained it to them. What can I do? I received a suggestion maybe to replace the SIM card, and they're like, that might work. But I don't think so because, and then he laid out his reason. He's like, I'm not a super technical guy, but if they were able to say clone the number, or if there's a virus in your device, keylogger or something like that, then that wouldn't fix it. So I'm like, the phone that I had was getting kind of old anyway. It was a couple years old. So I'm like, well, I don't really want to buy a new phone. But at the same time, I can't have people posting stuff on various accounts as me. That cannot happen. And anyone who saw this post should have known immediately that this didn't come from me. I don't post that kind of stuff. So I don't know if it was like a shot across the bow, some kind of warning, or just someone having a good time, but I did what I could. I got a new phone, I hope the camera's better. It seems to be. It's got a bunch of cameras on the back. Like the back, the camera area is like this big. It's huge. It's got like 100 times zoom on it. So, like I said, I wasn't thrilled about getting a new phone. I had actually not planned on getting a phone at all. Two payments away from paying it off. Two. Anyway, but again, I can't have people posting as me or gaining access to my campaign accounts and stuff. I really wish that I knew more about like hacking and stuff like that, just because I think I could do a better job at protecting myself from it. But it is what it is. I knew it was only a matter of time before something like that happened, but yeah, and that's another possibility that my wife said is it is possible that a rival camp was angry at her for the video that she took and was trying to, was taking it out on her, and that was the way that they chose to do so. Maybe, could be, I don't know. So that's where we stand. I put out a public statement about it on my Dion for Congress account, letting people know that it wasn't me, and hopefully this won't happen again. I'm trying to do a better job of paying attention to the devices that are logged in under like my Facebook account. You can see where you're logged in at. I tried to log everyone out of those that I could. There were two that were unknown devices from Michigan City on my account. So I don't know if that's where it originated from. It was like at the time, I think 7 hours ago. So Timothy said, just read the Michigan City boat race in August is canceled. How far out are we going to cancel events? That's a good question. Look,
Michigan and Illinois just expanded.
Yeah, Illinois just extended their stay-at-home order. And I read that a nursing home here, what's the name of it? Rittenhouse in Michigan City has nine residents that are sick. Have they confirmed it's the virus? They just said that they're sick. So I don't know if they're going to be extending Michigan City's order. I hope not. I know that everyone just wants to go back to work. I think that we can open up and still be safe. I know that there are those people that believe that everything should stay locked down forever until there's a vaccine, until there's this, until there's that. The sad reality is even if they came out with a vaccine tomorrow, there's testing that's involved. There's all these things. We don't know the long-term effects. There's no way to know the long-term effects of any of these medications, any of these viruses. I will say that the hydrochloroquine has been around for a very long time. It, in combination with azithromycin and zinc, have shown in multiple studies around the world to be having a good effect. And interesting that is the cheapest treatment available, but certain entities are really pushing the expensive treatments. They have found
another treatment. They're not sure.
Wife says they may have found another treatment.
Stomach medications.
One of the stomach medications. Prevacid apparently has something. IV Prevacid. I'm going to see if I can. Find something about that I can share with you guys. The other thing that's really interesting, I heard about it right before I went on, so I wasn't able to get anything going yet for it. It is that was it Zimbabwe?
No, Tanzania.
The president of Tanzania, according to the president of Tanzania, he ordered all these tests, right, for CV, and he administered these tests to goats, to fruit and then sent them off to be checked. Right here, I'm going to see if I can bring it up. This is according to the president. I don't know. It's reported by Reuters or Al Jazeera. Here it is. Okay, so yeah, U.S. News. Here it is. I'm gonna bring this up for you guys so you can see it because wow, right? Wow. Here, share screen. So the other thing is that I'm noticing from this is the camera does seem much better. It doesn't seem like it's lagging as much, but it may be my PC that's causing any lagging issues because the new phone, which is what I'm using for the camera. So here we go. Shouldn't be responsible for the lag. It would almost have to be the computer. So president queries Tanzania coronavirus kits after goat test. Now this is reported by Reuters via U.S. News and World Report. This is actually from a couple days ago. Coronavirus test kits used in Tanzania were dismissed as faulty by President John Magufuli on Sunday because he said they had returned positive results on samples taken from a goat and a pawpaw. A pawpaw is a fruit, right? So apparently goats and pawpaws have it. Magufuli, whose government has already drawn criticism for being secretive about the outbreak and has previously asked Tanzanians to pray the coronavirus away, said the kits had technical errors. The testing kits had been imported from abroad, Magufuli said during an event in Chato in the northwest of Tanzania, although he did not give further details. So I'm gonna link this to you so you can read it when you get a chance, and it's interesting to me because sample here's the key, right? Samples from the pawpaw and the goat tested positive, the president said, adding this meant it was likely that some people were being tested positive when in fact they were not infected. All right. So, forgot there's a lag. All right. So, we have a situation where we have these viruses, right? And these testing kits that are sent all around the world. And they're testing positive for things, and I'll get rid of that. Hopefully that'll get rid of the lag. They're testing positive for things that they shouldn't be testing positive for, because I don't think a pawpaw fruit / plant should be testing positive for a virus. The other thing that I'm going to try to find, whatever. So I did want to make the public statement that I would not post the type of thing that was posted in the Michigan City post. Look, it was inappropriate, is what it comes down to, and that's not me. I for all of my flaws, I don't talk that way. So even if I might agree with the spirit of the post, it was not me. Which is really, it's really unfortunate that someone has to get their jollies or whatever from hacking people's accounts and trying to eliminate votes for them, I guess, because I already had people that's like, you lost my vote, with this comment, but it wasn't me. And it wasn't. So I'm trying to do what I can for security purposes for this. And as for the people that want us to stay locked down, people need to get back to work. We need to get back to life. I actually saw a video earlier today about a young man that is no longer with us. He was 14 years old, and he took his he took his own life because I can't speak to the official reasons why. But during the video, the father of the child believes that it had everything to do with the lockdown from the pandemic. That if he had been going to school, if he had been able to talk to his friends and hang out with his friends, that this would not have happened. And I think that that's something that we need to focus on. We need to remember that not all health is physical, that mental health is a really important part of everyone staying healthy, right? There are those people that don't have family that they live with. They don't have the opportunity to unwind after a long day with people who love them. They're by themselves. And in many cases, even our children go into their rooms and they lock themselves in there, and they're very quiet and solo. Let's take the time. Make sure that you take the time to check on your kids, find out if there's anything on their mind. I try to do that every day. Just at a random point, hey, how's it going? You need anything? Because with the changes that we've had to go through with the pandemic, with the lockdowns, there are those people that are not handling it very well at all. Just like with our elderly that are in nursing homes and assisted living facilities, with visits shut down, with people unable to go and check on them. That's something that actually doesn't get enough press, in my opinion. How do we know that these people are doing well? How do we know that they're okay mentally, physically? I've seen stories, at least, of people that were left, in their home, or left in these facilities, and the people that were supposed to be working there left them. There's no oversight in place right now. People aren't able to go and see their loved ones. They're not able to go and check in on them. I'd like to see some form of communication from these facilities. And the governor won't even tell us what facilities have been hardest hit. We want to talk about the numbers, right? We have, these facilities that are testing positive, but they can't tell us which ones. And so people don't know, is it my loved one? Is it, is it grandma? Is it grandpa? Is it my dad? We don't know. And I understand HIPAA regulations play a part, but there's no reason that they can't tell us which facility. And communicate with the next of kin to tell them, no, your mom is okay, your dad is okay, your dad has tested positive, or whatever. Transparency and accountability from our government. I don't think we can ever really trust our government again unless we can start to get some transparency and accountability in there. And it goes from the local all the way up to the federal level. So much secrecy, so many issues that have come to light with our government, and missing, trillions of dollars from the Pentagon, and various high profile deaths that we're not being told the full story on. So it is what it is. But we have to start electing people that are willing to be transparent, that are willing to keep us updated. That's like, hey, this happened today. I'm doing this. I want to show you this. I'm willing to do this. And not just me, but across the nation. We need to elect people that are as transparent as possible. Yes, there's some things you don't want to know what they do, right? You don't want any part of that part of their lives. But there are those people and those subjects that I think have to be talked about. And people that have to show you, okay, yeah, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. So, I got very behind, so I wasn't able to make a graphic today. I wasn't able to do a bunch of stuff, but tomorrow we have a very special guest. We have Sarah, I believe it's pronounced Blom, Blohm. She is running for state representative, right? Chesterton area. So the graphic will be posted, and the live setup will be done after I finish this. I got behind because I had to stop and get a phone and try to make sure that I secured my accounts the best way that I could. It's just dumb. So I appreciate you joining me. This is going to be a short video. So I'm setting up for tomorrow. Also, I'm trying to get in touch with Attorney General Curtis Hill. I'd like to have him on the show. I had John Westerkamp earlier. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping that AG Hill will be able to come on. That would be awesome, right? I think he's done a good job as Attorney General. Factually, legally, his job description, there's nothing that they can go after him on. Is there any evidence about the allegations against him? I have no idea. All I've heard is word of mouth. I don't know. But he is still our Attorney General, and he will be seeking re-election. I'm interested to see now. I had heard that they were going to suspend his license, and then that didn't work out. So maybe he can, get into that. I had reached out to Adam Krupp, who was also running for Attorney General. I didn't hear back from him, but then I heard that he dropped out of the race and he endorsed Harter, Harter. I don't know who that is. I didn't meet him. I've met Attorney General Hill. I've met John Westerkamp. I have met Krupp. So those are the people that I was going to have on. So stay tuned. We have some other names that are going to be coming on soon. Like I said, tomorrow's Sarah. So looking forward to that. Hope you'll join me. God bless you, and God bless the USA.
If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose. This has been Dion's Daily Dose, hosted by Dion Bergeron. Executive producers, Sean Holgram and Michael Beebe. Copyright 2020. Dion's Daily Dose, all rights reserved.